Counters on?
Yep.
You too? Yeah.
Clap on.
Clap on. I don't know what we're calling, but thank you. Oh, I told you, Joe.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh, guy. Go get towels.
Getting them.
Oh my gosh. Hurry up, please. Joe M. The equipment. This is funny, but it's not funny. Yikes. This fucking guy. Oh, yeah. Joe M. By golly, Joe M. Guess who's cleaning the floor tonight?
You're gonna have to say it.
Oh no, I'm saying it. I'm absolutely saying it.
All right.
One more sip. You could talk first.
What do I say?
What is this? So, what's
So
happening? Yeah, go, Joe. Run
So
it.
welcome to the new year.
Happy New Year.
2025.
Yeah.
Let's we're starting something brand new that
Mm.
neither of us have done together.
Mm.
Something we've talked about for a bit,
Mm.
but it's a great thing to start
Mhm.
with this new fresh start.
Yeah. Very excited to sit across this young man. I've seen a lot of his success, and it's very humbling. And then to see the hard work and knowing that I'm working across from it, and it's deeper. It's on a surface level. Is way deeper than y'all think. Way deeper than y'all think. And I think I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm the good homie Gus. Sitting to the right of me is family on like family. I seen this kid grow up. Literally, I was there for a lot of the smiles and a lot of the cries as him being a young man. And please introduce yourself, young man.
Hello, everyone. I am Geo,
Geo,
the Geo dude. If you would allow
Geo
me to
dude,
be.
Neo Geo. Are you the one? Neo Geo.
I could be the one.
Love you, dude.
Love you too.
So-
Forever.
So, in my family, I was the youngest for a long time. On my mom's side, I was the youngest. And then, is it 7 years? When you're 80?
6 years.
So
6 years apart.
So imagine at 6 years old, all that thunder being taken away from you. At 6 years old, right? 6-year-old you is not giving a fuck. You're going to school and coloring. You're coloring. You're learning how to make friends. You learn how to use glue, and you're just living. And then all of a sudden, you find out one of your cousins is gonna have a baby, and this dude comes and he takes all your thunder, all of it. There's nothing like the first person that takes your thunder from a big family. And our family was big, and we should do like these things on Fridays to where the whole family be together. And this guy took my thunder, and it sucked. It sucked because everyone was talking about him and how smart he is. And he graduated from college, and I didn't. He graduated from college.
You were supposed to do that at the same time.
He worked. Yeah. No lie. This was a real conversation I had with him. I was like, "Hey, if I'm still in school when you're in school, I'm gonna sit next to you every class." I literally told you that. I think you were in high school, and I was like, "Hey, this dude's gonna go to college. I know for a fact he's going to college." I was like, "Hey, let me sit next to you."
I was ready though. I was ready.
I know, but
I was like,
you took hard classes. You took hard classes.
I had no choice.
I was like, yo, no, I'm not taking these classes with you, bro. I'm not doing that. But yes, I'm so I'm proud to sit across from you. I love this dude. I made him eat okay, can I spend my core memory first?
Yes.
Okay, so we had a couple questions. First question was core memory. All right. And this is on some, like, I'm not his big brother, but I might as well be his big brother. If I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Because only... What's that?
What is that?
Alexa off. Whew, that was creepy.
That
was...
okay.
Alexa off. Home. Is there an announcement going on right now?
I think so.
Oh, pause. Let's pause. And we're back.
We're back.
Yeah, and you were the youngest. You took all the thunder. So core memory I have with him. Just to give you that backstory of how long I'd known him, and him, someone who personally took the thunder from you as a kid within the family parties. There was a time where you were at West Mulkey, and without your parents, it was just you. And I think Mikael, I think my mom was watching Mikael, but it was just you. Mm-hmm. Mikael was a baby. And then we had Pinky. Remember Pinky?
Yes, I remember Pinky.
Describe to people who Pinky is. Describe.
Pinky was me. Pinky was a mean dog. What was Pinky's breed? I didn't even know what Pinky...
A Lhasa Apso. So Lhasa Apso is a little like Asian dog that like they bring to pageants and has the long flowing hair, but we didn't have like, that's like a salon dog, right?
Right.
We didn't have salon dog money, so they had whatever fade my dad gave it.
He was scruffy as hell.
Yeah, dude. Either he was...
I understood why he was mad.
He was naughty, like, because he had like long hair, and then you had to brush it, and I was like, I don't want to. Like, I love the dog. Dog was an amazing dog, but then the maintenance of those dogs are crazy. So
right.
Pinky,
you
remember
yes,
Pinky?
I remember Pinky.
What color was Pinky?
Pinky was kind of white.
He was kind of white.
It was dirty white.
He was dirty white. Dirty white. He was dirty white. So we used to have dog biscuits, and the first person I ever gave like something foreign to eat was him. I gave him a dog biscuit. I crumpled it up. I was like, try this. He goes, it tastes like a pork chop. I was like, it's good, huh? It's good, huh? He's a noob.
You told me it was a cookie.
I did. And I just crumpled it. I was like, you want to try one? You're like, oh yeah.
How old was I?
3 to 4-ish. 3 to 4-ish. I was definitely on my dickhead shit with him. When someone take your thunder, you kind of jab a little bit. And then and you took it like a champ. Everything I've seen you encounter, every fucking thing I've seen you encounter, you took it like a champ. And I praise you, because it's always not what we talk about, is what we don't talk about. And like I said, I didn't really see it until it came to light, and I'm so proud of you, dude. I'm so proud of you. And then I just can't wait for this exciting chapter for you. If y'all don't know, he was on Twitch for how many years?
12.
Pre-pandemic, for real.
Pre-pandemic, yes.
Pre-pandemic for real.
2012 is when I started. I started off with streaming World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And then quickly
that was a big game.
It was. It was.
Okay. And then, he's talking about his gaming shit, right? He was the first person I knew. His family was the first person I knew who got a Nintendo. How old are you when your dad bought you that Nintendo?
Old enough that I still needed to take naps, and Dad would play the Nintendo while we were asleep.
He got that from the base, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get Nintendos at the military base, Travis was that Travis?
Travis.
Woo!
And the Game Boy, remember?
Oh yeah, the Game Boy. I had a Game Boy.
But you had the better games. I had whatever Dad and Mom were interested at the time.
Yeah, I just had more games.
More games.
I just had more
honestly,
games.
you had the better games, though.
I think Lawrence was the first person. Well, it was you and Lawrence, the first ones to have a Nintendo. Lawrence had Mike. The first time I played Mike Tyson's Punch Out was at Lawrence's house, and I was like, "Wow, Lawrence's house." Do you? Okay, that was my core memory of you, is being an asshole and making you eat a dog biscuit. It was funny. I crumbled it up to him, and I was like, "Here, try this."
But me, fully trusting family, I was like, yeah sure.
You didn't have to do it.
No, I could have just said no.
Yeah,
and walked away.
That looks good. That looks delicious.
But he was like, "It's a cookie. It's just crumbled."
You were like 6, right?
I think so. I was small.
Yeah. Yeah, we were never small. We were just younger. Oh, that was funny. Thank you for that. That was core memory shit. I hella remember that.
My core memory of you has to be during the family parties. Whenever especially if it was held at your house.
The one by Jeff.
That and
Persia. Shout Persia.
So we're all there. We're all gathered together, having fun as a family. But you would pull us aside and say, "Come to my room, hang out." That's when my love for gaming started to develop. Because you were the one that I was playing Street Fighter 2 with.
Oh yeah.
Mortal Kombat with. Learning how to lose gracefully.
Oh, dude. Yeah. No. No mercy. Mercy's for the weak if we're playing games.
You had to say you can't cry. You can't cry.
You want to play, right? We gonna play.
So if I win or lose, I can't cry. And I held that. There was one time I came close, so I got pretty frustrated.
Yeah, no, I really gave you a hard time as a kid, but it was definitely out of love. I know. I'm sorry.
No, there's nothing to be sorry for.
I love you, dude.
Because it trained me to again lose gracefully.
Yeah.
Be able to hold in, my emotion and be able to think, rationally on how to get better. Right. So it was
Street
a life
Fighter
lesson.
2.
And then Clay Fighters. Remember Clay Fighters?
This is Super Nintendo, y'all.
Right.
Clay Fighters was a different kind of game.
Yes.
Well, and
it even had different animation. Yeah. That was the other thing that's why it's a core memory for me, because all those are tied to you, by the way. My love for gaming is tied to you.
Oh,
anytime I think about gaming, you're always there.
This guy. It's him. I'm living through him. Like when he went to college, I was like, we went to college. It's tied to you. We went to college. Yeah. No, thank you. That's pretty funny.
That is like
Clay Fighters.
Clay Fighters, dude. And Killer Instinct.
Oh, combo breaker.
Exactly.
These Super Nintendo was a different era of gaming.
Yes.
Super Nintendo was a different era of gaming. Well, what era was the GameCube? Is when it went to like the 007, right? When it became first shooter.
N64.
N64
N64 is when it shifted. GoldenEye came into the scene, and
Super Nintendo
friendships and family relationships were tested.
Yeah, on the N64.
On the N64,
Mario Paint will break up a relationship. You want to Mario Paint a porno and get busted by your mom? What are you doing? Nothing. Erase click. And there's sound. You can put like sound effects in Mario Paint. Oh, dude, such a bastos. I remember, and I say this all the time. I remember I fell in love with Mario Paint so much that I was at school and I wanted to go home, and I just because I want to play Mario Paint, so I had my dad or my mom pick me up, and I went home and played Mario Paint. I was like second class in. I was like, I really could have stayed. I was like, nah. I'm playing Mario Paint.
You were braver than me. I couldn't do that. Like, I thought about it, but never actually could do it.
No one was home, though.
No
one was home for me. So I was old enough to where I could be home alone.
Right. No, I'd still have Mom and Papa George.
Yeah.
But speaking of Papa George.
Shout out Papa George. Rest in peace.
He's the one that helped me find my love for RPGs.
Role-playing games?
Yeah. Zelda. He watched me play through Zelda.
Ooh,
so
Zelda.
That is unlocked for me because of him. Like, the love of RPGs came from... Because he'd never played the game. Like, he would never play the game, but he would watch me play.
Did you ever beat Zelda?
Not back then, no.
Was it Link or was it Zelda?
Link.
That's the second one, right? That's the blue, the gold with the blue writing.
I think so.
The Legend of Zelda was red
We'll
writing.
fact check that later.
Fact check, yeah. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, so Papa George, shout out Papa George. He would just let you play, and he just
just watch, and he asked me what's going on, and I would explain. That's kind of where my commentary came from, like for gaming, just being able to explain it to him so he could understand and follow along what's going on. I understood it while I'm playing.
And what this fucker used to always do is him and his sister and his brother used to recite Disney movies. So we could never watch Disney movies around them because they knew all the words. So
you can blame mom for that.
That's the reciting part is from knowing all the words. So like the Mighty Ducks or something. No, it was always like Beauty and the Beast and shit, like Lion King. You guys had that chest that you opened up, and it was all the
videos,
the white Disney boxes. Do you guys have the Naughty Little Mermaid one cover?
I don't. Well,
because you guys had it early,
right? So
you guys had it early.
I don't know if I don't know where it is.
Oh,
I know it's somewhere in the garage.
If no one wants that, let me get that.
If I can find it.
Well, it'll be right here. It'll be right here in the next one. We'll talk. We can get in detail about that. But
for those of you who don't know what the Naughty Little Mermaid is,
that's crazy.
Lore.
Love lore. So cool. Core memory. What was your question?
So, okay, you walk outside, right? Bright big flash.
Okay.
You see the DeLorean. And it's all its glory. Flames trailing on the wheels and everything. Doc Brown pops out and says, "Hey, I need your help to fix the past. And in return, I will help you correct." And this is you now. This is you right now. You know, I will help you go back and fix one mistake. What is that one mistake you want to fix?
That's hard to say, right?
Because you get one. You get one.
I think there's one. I think it's an important one, but at the same time, I think it also everything happens and molds you into who you are, right?
Right.
So in a way, you're taking a piece of that away from you for the moment, or whatever it may be. There was a time I dropped off. This is funny. I'm thinking about it, and I don't want to say it, but this is the only one I think of that haunts me. It was me, you, your brother. You guys were in the choir at St. Andrews.
That was me.
It was you.
Miguel wasn't in the choir.
But he went with you. Like I would I guess you had friends there, or all y'all had homies there. So I was dropping y'all off. You guys were staying you guys were all staying at the house. Remember during like the move to the East Bay? So I dropped you guys off I remember I had that red car. I dropped you guys off in the red car, and then when I left, I was trying to go to my friend's house, and I went by your school because you went to that school over there, and I hit a kid. And it was a kid that you went to school with.
Oh
yeah. We're not saying any names, but
okay.
yeah, you know who this is.
I think I might know who this is.
So I hit this kid in the red car, but I left. I took off, but I got as far as I got far, and then I turned back around. I came back around, and I was like, it was me. And then cops came, checked me out. It was an accident. Kid was on a skateboard, and he went in front of me, and I didn't have time to react to him. It was a busy school area, so I'm super cautious now about how I drive, but I feel bad that a kid had to go through it. Like everything got taken care of. Like we went to court, they got money. You know what I mean? Like everything got taken care of. But I just feel bad that happened. The act of I had to hit a kid, but
to learn that lesson.
Yeah, but it sucked. But it could have been way worse. I've had a lot of close calls in a lot of different cars, and I'm trying to be just more responsible now. Just being I'm long in the tooth, right? Yeah, that's one thing I would erase, because I feel every other thing besides that, good or bad, right? Good or bad, I need those. I need those L's. I need to know what that feels like.
Okay.
I have to know what that feels like. So I also have to know what it feels like to get that W too, right? Because we're looking for it, and then it's just doing it on your own terms, right? Yeah, I don't know. This is getting kind of deep, but yes, everything else I would kind of like. It made me who I am. You know what I mean? But hitting that kid, I felt shitty. That's it. Yeah. What will yours be if Doc Brown came? He'd be like, Geo, let's go. What year are we hitting?
I've talked about this a few times. And for those of you who followed me as Aeon86, it's something I've mentioned on stream, on Twitch. It's not one of my proudest moments. Kinda not, but it's the way that I left home. The way that I left home. Instead of, putting my foot down and saying I'm going to start a whole new life somewhere else and change, the trajectory of how my life is going. I feel like, so for those of you who don't know, I basically escaped from my parents.
Don't say it like that. You took us. You bet on yourself. And you bet on yourself, and you put yourself out there to see if you could do it. That's what he did. So,
but for the longest time, that's how I viewed it. I viewed it as I ran.
And you jumped on a plane. He didn't run. He didn't run.
For those of you who don't know,
a lot of effort to get on a plane, and just hold my stuff for me. I'll be right back. There's a lot. Okay, right. Just bringing a bag with you and then trying to thug it out. Yeah. Trying to figure it out as a man. That's some manly shit. I love that you did that for yourself. I love it. I'm so in love that you took that leap and you were able to grow and you're able to feel, and you had to move. You had to figure out everything. Like, you could reinvent yourself right there, right? But ultimately, you're always gonna be who you are. Right. Because like the whole reinventing thing, like unless you're like on crazy drugs or whatever, like you're always gonna be that same kind of person, right? So, but yeah, I love that you did that. You were so bold. You were so bold. How long were you gone for?
8 years.
8 years. Okay.
So again, for those of you who don't know,
damn, that was almost a decade. I know. She's Louise. She's Louise, man.
So I made the stand, like I said,
we're not gonna take it.
I wanted to be on my own. I didn't want to follow my mom's formula of how I was going to succeed in her eyes, as far as like, especially being the firstborn. Being the firstborn and
took all my thunder. I'm telling you, Thundertaker, the Thundertaker, the Thundertaker.
So I packed a bag, a duffel bag for 2 weeks of clothes.
Damn, 2 weeks of clothes.
Clothes that I could interview in.
He was sweating in all of them. He was sweating all his
polos. I fled to Arizona.
And one handkerchief.
And one handkerchief and a laptop and hopes and dreams.
Dude.
So I stayed over at my godfather's.
Hey.
Shout out to Uncle Gene.
Shout out.
And Uncle David for helping me out.
Shout out to the OGs, man.
Building up my new life in Arizona.
Love you.
And but what I would change is how I would go about it. Like,
what have you done? Like, what would have been this? Like, how would you have maneuvered that now?
I still would have gone.
Yeah, of course, but
in the sense
of, you have gone?
Like, I didn't want it to feel like I just was leaving the family, and because I didn't really communicate for the longest time while I was gone, and I feel like that was wrong. Like, I should have at least talked to you first, kind of see like the best way to approach it.
You know what though? You knew what you wanted.
Yeah.
I am not mad. I am not mad at how you did it. You knew what you wanted and you got it. And get it how you get it, man. And you got it. You did it. 8 years. My wife, we lived at my mom's house up until like a week. We moved out, got our own little spot, and then she gave birth, and I was like, damn, for real. I didn't even we didn't have to be like a couple for real. Yeah, it was, I don't know. It was amazing. But you did it for 8 years, and then you came back.
I came back with a job promotion, not even as a
work brought you back out here.
Well, yeah, work brought me back out here. So
8 years. How many different jobs did you have in 8 years? Not like different companies, not like titles.
Oh, okay.
Because you was with the phone company at one point, and then from there you went
to a mortgage company.
Okay. And then after that?
The rest of that was different home builders as their IT.
as IT, and
So-
he's a microbiology major. He's a fucking
Just
micro
Just bio.
biology dog. He knows biology. Ladies, he understands biology, you know? Chemistry, zoology. Yes, so super proud of you. That took some balls. You know what I mean? I thought my story's like this. What I always tell people right around that time of, like, if I'm career or wife, like, or I met Mish, I wanted to move to Atlanta. I wanted to. Like, I talked about it. I entertained the thought in my head.
What was in Atlanta that you wanted?
I was gonna try to do radio or media because it was popping. Like 07 was popping, and that was gonna be. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to get a job on a radio station or for a marketing company and
Broadcast from Atlantic City.
just Magic City, But I met Mish, and that was the best. That's the best. So that's why it's hard for me to go back to your first question. Why it's hard for me to change anything. It's
because you don't know if that's gonna still be there.
Yeah, I don't like. This is you can't find like I cannot explain it. You cannot find what I have. It is I am so fortunate. I am so fortunate, and we have a beautiful son, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So it's hard to want to change, but I don't want to hit that kid. I don't want to hit the kid who's on the skateboard, man. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Fuck.
You both had a hard lesson that day.
Bah! Yeah, and I ran over to kid's skateboard, and I heard it go like I peeled out on it. Then I came back around.
You came back around,
and I picked you guys up, right? So I was with the cops that whole time. The whole time I was thinking, I was
We did not know.
I was like, fuck, I gotta call Papa George, tell him to pick up the boys because I might be going to jail. Like, I thought that was gonna happen because I was sitting in the cop car and I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? But it all worked out. Kid was safe. He tried, like, we went to court, we had litigation and everything, and I was like, man, lawyer, figure that out. Lawyer up, figure out lawyer. Get a lawyer, people. Talk to my lawyer. But yeah. What was the next question? Oh, was it mine?
Yours.
Okay. Top 3 Filipino foods, and it doesn't matter who's making it. It could be any kind of Filipino food, but not fusion.
Okay.
Core,
fusion.
like not
core
fusion.
Filipino food.
Filipino food.
And I'm assuming we're stepping away from like lumpia.
No, if you like that, you like that.
I mean, I do. But
Yeah, you love that.
our whole family does.
Shanghai.
Lumpia Shanghai.
Like, vegetables are cool.
Yes.
Mish likes those. I rock with the Shanghais because you can just pop them like hot.
Yep.
The Tic Tacs.
Yeah.
Pop them. And Huzo, Mama Nettie's
Mama and
is the best Shanghai. You guys need to learn that filling. Oh my God. Mama Nettie's Shanghai and her poo-poo wings. Ooh. Ooh. So, okay, Lumpia is your number one?
Lumpia is my number one.
Okay, my number one Filipino food. My number one Filipino food. I don't. Okay, no number one, but just my top 3 in
Just
general.
within your top 3.
Top 3 in general. I like a good torta talong.
Okay.
Torta talong. Please explain what a torta talong is, Joe. Gio.
So it's eggplant that is fried with eggs in an egg batter. And depending on who's making it, it could be either lightly salted or heavily salted, depending. And then you may have some extras in there.
Like?
I don't know. Mama has always made it just egg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do like it like that. But if I go to Goldilocks, they do it with ground pork.
Oh, okay,
I like a good ground pork, ground beef. It don't matter. Not ground chicken because it's too dry in the torta.
Get straight out, yeah.
Torta talong, yeah. To me, it's dry. But I'll eat it. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Right. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah. But like a pork one, because the meat stays moist, and then Like who does a good one? Carlagan does a good one. Shout out to Lorenzo. Lorenzo put me on Carlagan. They got a good torta talon. And that's like that to me. That's like genuine comfort food. That's just like an eggplant omelet with meat sometimes.
Right.
I like the one with the ground pork. But then that's with what kind of sauce do you put on it? How do you sauce your torta talon?
Banana ketchup.
Banana ketchup, hot or spicy or mild?
Mine is mild. But for those that enjoy the spice, you know.
Yeah. I was kind of worried when I heard banana ketchup was getting banned.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about that?
I did not hear about that.
We'll talk about that. They banned that, Mang Tomas, and Bagoong.
Seriously?
I think because it has BHT. Fact check me on that. It has,
okay.
So, yeah, that was on a big halt. So, there's no Mang Tomas, yeah. But, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, torta talon is mine. What's your next one?
Sisig. Because it's very Filipino.
Yeah. It's new age. It's new age Filipino.
But the lore behind it, though, right?
Yeah.
You know?
We don't waste.
No.
We don't waste.
We don't waste, but we transform it into something.
Elevate.
Yeah.
We elevate shit.
But it was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
It was all born from a mistake.
It was a mistake.
You know. A lot of good foods actually came out that way, right?
Like yeah.
Potato chips.
I didn't know it was a mistake.
They
I would have fried those on purpose.
They cut the potato too thin.
And it's supposed to be fries?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like medallions.
Oh.
So it's supposed to be like medallions, but they cut it too thin. When it was flash fried in the oil, it became like the crispy little flaky treat we enjoy now.
Those are delicious. I'm not a fan of Filipino chips though.
No.
I don't know what it is. No hate. If you like it, you like it. It's not my lane. I can't do it.
The chips are not my favorite. But
No.
Boy Bawang.
Yes, I do.
Boy Bawang.
Yes, I fuck with some Boy Bawang. Yeah, that's a good. That I would do a handful and just try to garlic and all. One take, right? Jake. Yeah, no, that's funny. Boy Bawang is delicious. so Sisig is number 2.
Yeah.
So for me, I do appreciate a good kare-kare.
Okay.
My dad didn't use oxtail though; he used beef short rib.
Okay.
So it was more meat.
Yes.
It was more meat, and I think he would use neck bone. So like the sauce would be more flavored because it'd be stewing with the neck bone. But a good kare-kare, and that's the only way I can eat bagoong is with kare-kare. Like I have to. Mm-hmm. Like I don't care what color it is, if it's dark brown, if it's like ultra pink. I'm eating bagoong with this, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna hit.
For those of you who don't know what bagoong is, it's a shrimp paste.
Fermented shrimp paste. Yes. Oh, stinkiest of the stinky. the last time I came over from the Philippines, it was probably like early 2000s, and this is when like the people were bringing drugs in to the U.S. They went through all my bags, and then they opened all the bagoong, and they were like, just get it out of here. It was like someone made it too. It wasn't like one that was bought from a store. Like someone made that in the corner.
Freshly made,
in a cement floor place. Like, with a cement floor and chickens walking around. It was real. Oh shit! Shout out to the sorry stores. Those are dope.
But speaking of neck bone, sinigang.
Say it again. Neck bone sinigang.
Yeah, Mama Nettie's neck bone sinigang.
Yeah, neck bone sinigang is good.
The savory sour. It's just especially on a cold day.
I haven't had her sinigang in a long time. I haven't
Next
had
family party. Next family
party. No. I don't. That's a lot of work for her. But yeah,
but she loves it though.
I know she loves. She loves us. She loves us, right? That's what she loves.
That's the thing.
That's what she loves.
And if we ask for it, she's going to make it happily.
Yeah. Whatever's easier for her. Like I even like her giniling that she gives. Like yes. Anything that I can eat with an egg, I'm all about. No lie. Like
which is most of her.
Most stews, like there's stews, right? Filipino food, like there's stew. We're stew. Like it's like a chili. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like afritada. That's delicious. Mm-hmm. Afritada delicious. Or the beef machado.
Yes.
delicious.
Yes.
That's great with an
And then
egg.
the menudo.
Mama Nettie's menudo is definitely my number one. And I'm going to say, do you know why it's my number one? Do you understand why?
So I've never heard the lore behind why you fight for menudo the traditional way that she makes it.
The reason why I fight for Mama Nettie to make menudo is because that is Mommy Mary's menudo. And Mommy Mary would make that. Like, that was her thing. Like, she didn't make it for Christmas. She just made it. Like, it was just like it's a food I remember eating in their kitchen that she would feed me. Mama Nettie, Mommy Mary, she left us in, I think it was 01. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then,
very early.
Yeah. She left us in 01. So did Dottie.
Right.
I love y'all. I love you so much.
We miss you. We miss you both.
Straight up, dude. And then whenever Mama Nettie makes it, it brings Mommy Mary back. She's at the family party. Mm-hmm. You know, that's like ultimate. Like like when I have it, whenever Mom Nettie brings it, I don't eat it that day. I eat it the next day.
Yeah, because you gotta let it stew.
Yeah.
And Mama Nettie never understood that about me either. Is that there are things like she'll freshly make it and it tastes good, but I'm like the second day. The second day is the best.
Yeah, every like adobo, pork adobo, or any kind of adobo. It's always better second day because the flavors got to marry a little bit. Right. You know what I mean? No, and that's the lore behind, and that's why it has to have raisins and it has to have liver. Because we hated it as kids. We hated it, but Mommy Mary was gonna put that shit in regardless. You were gonna get liver and you were gonna get raisins in menudo, and you have to like it. And then we didn't like it. We loved it because it was her. So one Christmas. Was it Christmas? Or
it was Christmas. It was Christmas.
From your perspective, do you remember that day?
I do remember that day.
What happened that day?
You yelled. Where's the liver? Where's the raisin? Who did this?
Did I say that out loud? Kim was there too.
Right.
Kim was there. She was like, "Yeah, I was gonna say something." I think she said that. Shout out to Kim. I love you, out to Kim.
But it was also because it was loud. So
it's Chris. Our family's loud. It's Christmas.
Our family's loud, so you needed to yell to be heard.
Yeah. And I just talk loud.
Like, you looked at us when that happened.
Yeah, I knew it was one of the young ones. I was like, "Hey, what happened?" Then it was like,
and both me and Mick pointed at Jess.
Yeah. She was like, "What? I don't like raisins. I don't like liver." I was like, "Hey,"
and then she was like, "You guys don't like it either." I'm like, "Yeah, but we don't tell her to take it out."
Yeah, I was like, "Damn, for real? You fucked it up. I'm not even taking none of this home. Just kidding. I'm taking this home. Putting my own liver. And that's the only time I eat liver. That Mama Nettie's menudo, Mommy Mary's menudo is that's the only thing I'll eat liver in. Or I'm like Bun May sandwich. I'm like those shits is delicious. Shits is delicious. I fucks with those. I fucks with those tough. So, but as far as like, that's where I know I'm biting into it's chunky. It's hard. It's not. There's a texture to liver.
Yeah.
And she cubes it for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she cubes it so we can tolerate it, and it has garbanzo
She does her
beans.
best to like make it as small as the ground pork.
Yeah, all the sizes of everything's uniform, and it's even how. And then Uncle Marvin, and I think shout out to Betong. I love you, Betong. He mentioned it too. It was how Mama Nettie uses Mommy Mary's potato and carrot cutter. It's a crinkle cutter, right? It's a crinkle cutter. That came.
We still have that.
Yeah,
we still have that.
That came from Mommy Mary's house, and then she was big on making. Mommy Mary used to make her own achara. She would sell it. You know what I mean? And then that when I remember we were eating it, and then it was me. It was at it was at your East Bay house.
Okay.
And then we're eating it, and then I think Uncle Marvin's just like, "Dang, you got it. You got Mommy's recipe down, down to the potatoes and carrots and like how it's cut." And I looked at him, and I was like, "You're right. like I didn't realize it. I always went to it because it looked the same. It was that is like that food item is a cornerstone in our family, right? As far as like our generation, that's something you talk about. Say Mama Nettie's noodle to anyone in our family, you'd be like, that's the one. That's her. Like for me, like that's what I look for because it brought back Mommy Mary. You know what I mean?
Still does.
Damn it hits.
As long as it's the right recipe.
Yeah. It hits, and it's an amazing thing. So yeah, that's actually my number one. What's your last one? You said lumpia. You said sisig
And sinigang.
Sinigang. Oh yeah, sinigang. Mama Nettie sinigang.
Mama Nettie sinigang. Specifically. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy sinigang in general, but the way she makes hers, the bone broth, or the broth in general, like, it doesn't matter if you're...
That's why your dad gets gout. Because Mama... You guys don't understand. Like, sinigang for Mama Nettie is not just pour packet in water.
Right.
It's totally different. Like, her... If you're used to eating her cooking, like if Michelle had Mom Nettie's cooking all the time, like she would hate my cooking. She probably does hate my cooking. I don't know. It's all right though. Yeah, but I love how Mom Nettie cooks. I love how Mom Nettie cooks.
You can taste the love in the food. You can taste the love in the food.
That is untainted. You know what I mean? That's just how she makes it. That's how she makes everything. And it's the bone broth. Damn, I forgot about that. The bone broth. Have that be there all day. She has a pressure cooker, right?
No, we don't have a pressure cooker.
Damn, you just let it simmer? Damn. That's why
she nurses it. She nurses it.
Damn. Well, she got a TV now in the kitchen. That's fine. She has a TV there. She's watching.
She's enjoying her YouTube.
Yeah. What was the next one? It's the last one.
Right, this is the last one.
Last question.
So if you could take the backstory of any villain or any hero and superimpose that into yours. So pretty much it blends in to the point where it becomes fully your backstory. What would it be? Or whose would it be?
Could you go first? This is the hard one. I have to stew on this. You answered this before, though, I think.
I have. And for those of you who know me, it's... I mean, you would know the answer, honestly.
Yeah, no. I thought about it now, and I was like, oh, I know. But go ahead. Say it.
I would want Superman's backstory.
Yeah.
I would want Superman's backstory. Because, like, even within my own family, and yes, I'm a product of my parents. I'm not adopted, but... Sometimes I feel like I'm very different from everyone else. From the rest of my family. Maybe not Mama or Papa, but Mama, Nettie, and Papa George.
You talking? So we say your family. Are you saying like
my immediate
mom,
family.
dad, brother, sister? All you guys are different.
Right.
All three of you guys carry different traits. Like there's no one's on the same page there. From like I'm not saying anything bad, but as far as like just. You know, you don't have to worry about being like them. You're not like that. You know, none of you guys are like each other at all.
That was also kind of the good thing with like my parents is they encouraged us to be our own person, not to be like someone else. Although they've always pushed me to be a better example for my.
You
siblings.
are that's Filipino. That's just Filipino 101. Like you are the example for them. What you do has a direct effect on them. Positive or negative, right? It's just that's just what it is. You're always in trouble. Hey,
for real,
always in trouble.
For real,
trouble in River City. You're always in trouble.
You know, family parties. I was usually the stiff one.
Yeah, there's one of my favorite pictures of you is I think you're like 3 or 4, and this is when Creed Jack used to smoke. You put a cigarette in your ear. And he used to. This dude used to walk around in like polos. Like he'd be like, it's like just a random Thursday.
What came from a JC Penney catalog.
Oh my god! He had the shortest shorts, and he had a rice bowl,
and he would wear like little polos, and he'd have it tucked into his little shorts. I'm
Yeah.
like, look at this clown. I'm gonna feed him a dog cookie. I'm definitely feeding this guy a dog cookie later.
I was the child that like the poster child essentially
Yeah.
of what living being Filipino and living in America was.
Your socks went all the way to your kneecaps, and I was like, yo, he has no.
You know where that
no
fashion style
calves.
came from, though, right? My dad.
Oh, dude, his socks were high. He was down, fool. He had some high ass socks. Those socks was hella high. And I was like, damn, whose socks are those? Like, you wearing? Oh, my dad's socks. I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. No, that was hella funny. Yeah. No, yeah, you can't fuck up. Only the first one. See, there's 3 of y'all. I was the only. It was like, damn, you fucked up. It was like, I know, right? I know, right? Damn, what are we gonna do? This is fucked up. I don't want this to happen. Yeah, that's funny.
Childhood.
Yeah, dog biscuit. So it'd be Superman.
Yeah, it would be Superman. So I want to crash in my parents' spaceship.
So. Oh, wow! I didn't think about that. Right? You escaped the planet. You escaped the planet.
It kind of fits, right?
Yeah. This motherfucker used to like he was that little kid that when you went to their house, he was running around with a cape on.
No red towel was safe for me.
He was running around with a cape on. He used to jump off the beds for his cape and it bugged the shit out of me. One day he did it and I stuck my hand out and it went smack and he fell on the floor and he cried. He cried and he didn't snitch on me.
No.
He got one. Like, I didn't hit him, but he ran really fast into my face. Smack! And I was like, oh shit, he fell. I was like, hey, you okay? Don't cry. He cried. Just because he got smacked. My hand was there. And I was like, I told him not to jump off the bed. Yeah. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
I remember the subsequent pinch that came after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I was like, I couldn't leave the couch. Did it stop?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right.
Audio is still going.
No, this is audio still going?
Audio is still going.
It can't find the GoPro.
Oh, no. So is it off, or is it still recording, but...
No, I think it's off. It's not found.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I remember that happening. I don't know if we never talked about it.
No.
No, we never talked about it.
No.
No. You never talked about it. Do you okay, I'm going to say this, but we're not going to talk about it on. Do you remember when that glass table broke?
Yes.
On the edge of one? Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh,
I remember that.
Okay, all right. Let's just hold it there. That's digging deep.
But wait, you need to make a choice.
On what?
Your backstory.
Oh, my backstory. Okay. They're all kind of fucked up, right? Good or bad?
Good or bad, yeah.
They're all kind of fucked up. I've always liked Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always liked Wolverine. Fucking Tony Stark though, dog. Like, give me a billionaire philanthropist. You know what I mean? Playboy, billionaire. I have this fucking Playboy, billionaire philanthropist. My first Marvel gift from my wife was the Iron Man helmet.
Mask.
Do you remember getting that?
Yeah.
You remember when I got that?
I remember.
It was at Rodeo, right? Oh, for me to open that up.
Both me and Mikhail were jealous.
Yo, he just got an Iron Man mask. I was like, yo. That's how I knew she was the one. That's how I knew she was the one. I got that shit and I was like, whoa, you really got this for me. This is cool.
That's not a normal gift.
No, that's not a normal gift.
That's a thoughtful and life-changing gift.
That's knowing your audience gift. Do you know your audience? Your audience, know your audience, y'all. Right. Know who you're pandering to. You know what I mean? You're trying to get W's in the chat all day. W's in the chat. But yeah, that was So what was the question again? Oh, backstory? Yeah. Probably Iron Man because I could deal with that. He's a normal guy. He's just really smart.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's able to break down physics, and that was my ultimate like superhero who I looked up to was like Iron Man. I liked Iron Man a lot. I liked Captain America because my dad liked Captain America, but it was Iron Man and Wolverine. Those were my dudes.
I remember a lot about you with Wolverine.
Yeah. I was X-Men. X-Men was
X-Men,
like
yeah.
the,
X-Men was
the
your thing.
gang I wanted to be in.
Right.
Like if I wanted to be in a gang, like I wouldn't be an Avenger. I'd be an X-Men. Yeah, that was my gang. Do you remember what the new Fantastic Four was? Who they were compiled of? The new Fantastic Four.
No.
So the new Fantastic Four, and they all had blue suits. It was Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Hulk, and Spider-Man.
Okay.
Those are from the Marvel cards. Remember, like Marvel cards introduced us to
Right.
like the backstories. Yeah.
Oh yeah, back then, yeah.
Yeah. That's the way you got it. If you didn't read every book, right? There
Right.
wasn't like internet.
If you couldn't get the comic books, you can get the trading cards.
Yeah,
at
you can
least.
read the back. I know everything about this person based on 4 sentences. Yeah. So yeah, I was definitely an X-Men. Wolverine was my guy because he had claws. I even got I have claws around here somewhere just because it's like looks like Wolverine. I swear to you. There's real claws in this house, so don't play with me. And then yeah.
But between Wolverine and Iron Man, you would choose Iron Man.
Yeah, I don't want to be sad. Wolverine sounds like a sad guy, right? Like, come on, he
I mean,
lost.
to a certain extent, Tony could have the same level of sadness.
But he's rich. He's a billionaire playboy philanthropist.
He does have a lot to distract him, right?
There's levels to it,
Right.
right? It's
Between sexy time with your interviewer, and
just
messing with Jarvis.
and he had all the cool cars.
Yes.
He had the cool house on the hill. He didn't have to hide. People knew who he
Who
was.
it was, right?
There was no like he could move however he wants to move. He could just and
Pretty much he was untouchable. Right?
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
untouchable
Yeah.
at this point. U.S. government tried to seize his assets.
they couldn't.
They couldn't. It's all Stark tech.
Stark Enterprises. I love it. Yeah, Iron Man. Iron Man's that's my dude. I like without Iron Man. I won't say without Blade, but without Iron Man, they wouldn't be like a real. The MCU would not be a real thing.
He started it.
Yeah,
He started it.
yeah.
2008.
Such a great movie. I go back to it like.
First time I saw that was Arizona, by the way.
Yeah, he's already out of here. He's already out. Actually, I'll record in Arizona. No, shout out to Arizona. I love Arizona. Yeah, so that was mine, Iron Man. And yours is
Superman.
Superman, yeah. I was never a DC guy. I was always Marvel. I like DC, but when I liked Marvel, DC was running TV. I was at like anti-system. Because when I was liking when I liked Marvel, it was Superman. Those movies hit. The Batman, Michael Keaton Batman. That's a different level of Batman. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like the Batman's up until like even I'll say Christian Bale, right? Like
Yeah.
Batman's was different, but then the first early like three Batmans that came out, those were dope, and it was like a real thing, and everyone loved Batman. But I was like Marvel because I like Wolverine. Marvel was an underdog. Like it kept trying to scratch at the surface, and it didn't have
quite
the
hit.
success. Yeah, all the movies didn't do good. Like the TV series didn't do good. It didn't have it yet.
Except for the 90s X-Men. The 90s X-Men is where I feel like Marvel started picking up.
Yeah, but see, by that time I was already like I wasn't even watching it anymore. By that time of you're talking about like the whole Marvel like X-Men 97.
No. The original 90s.
Yeah. But did that come out in 97 or why is it called X-Men 97?
It probably did come out in 97.
Okay.
But I just know it as the 90s X-Men.
Yeah. So I watched it when it was on Saturdays. Like it was something I did watch, but I wasn't like glued. I wasn't like glued. You know when I was glued to TV? when it was Garfield and Friends. That's what that's what glued me to the TV was Garfield and Friends. Like X-Men, I loved X-Men, but I think for me the series ruined what the book was for me. Because I'm used to artists like McFarlane. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking for art when I see X-Men. I'm looking for art, and the series was good, but I was looking for like the Jim Lees, you know what I mean? Like I want big jaws on my dudes. Like you Jim Lee, he throw jaws like Jim Lee be jawsing people, man. He be that
Jaw that could take a hit. And keep going.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I felt like when I was on X-Men, it was because Marvel was the underdog, and now it's the complete opposite. But but my man's so true. He's Christopher Reeves. That's your Superman, right?
That's always been my Superman.
Yeah, and then my Batman will always be Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, yeah.
or Adam West.
Adam West, yes.
Adam West, yes. I knew I was old when I was at they were called WonderCon. The cons, like the WonderCon started in San Francisco. And it was our version, it was not our version, but it was its own thing, but it was San Francisco, and then Comic-Con was the San Diego one.
Right.
So San Francisco had WonderCon, and I remember I was walking, and Adam West was walking, and I was like, oh shit, Adam West. And then he's my godson. He's probably like 6 years younger than you. He's like, oh, the guy from Family Guy. I was like, no, motherfucker, that's Batman. I was like, no, motherfucker, that's Batman. He was like, what? And I was like, forget it, dog. Don't talk to me anymore. Let me go buy these toys and we'll get out of here because you're really fucking up my vibe right now.
Okay, but stemming from that though.
Yeah.
Which Batmobile? Adam West or Michael Keaton's?
Oh, Michael Keaton's first one. The first one, Michael Keaton's first Batmobile is the Batmobile.
Yes.
The only one that's better than that in my opinion is the Cocoon. Was that the one when he said cocoon and it went like a snail, like it shelled up?
Was that one or two?
I think that was one.
I think you're right. The one, and it had the tear gas that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one.
Two was kind of weird. Like the Batman 2 Batmobile.
It introduced Penguin, right?
I think so.
So.
Yeah, that's funny.
But the remote control Batarang though, remember that?
Oh yeah,
that was peak.
The remote control banner.
Batarang.
Oh yeah. That's right.
The way that they had to make that look. I gotta say, 90s special effects.
You had to try
80s
really
and 90s,
hard.
yeah. You really had to put in a lot of effort.
There was more work involved. It wasn't just a computer.
Right. There was a lot of man hours just thinking and making sure it looked as realistic as it possibly could.
Remember when Terminator 2 first came out? Everyone's minds was blown. Like, oh my god, he's melting! He's running so fast? What's going on, Terminator 2? That was a big deal. Mm-hmm. Terminator 2, that was a big deal.
That was a big shift in like graphics.
Yeah.
Cinematic graphics.
On that note, we got to do a big shift in this podcast, and I think we're gonna wrap it up. Yep. This was fun, dude.
This was a lot of fun.
He spilled a drink on all my toys. I'm saving it to the end, and there's no audio. But this motherfucker spilled a full ass Coke.
Half a Coke.
It's cool. It's cool. Like he said, it christened the table.
It christened this podcast.
It christened what we're doing, and I'm excited on this voyage with this young man. And then, we're gonna have a good time.
We're gonna have a good time.
We don't know what it's called yet, right?
No,
it's not called anything right now. So,
but if you want to give suggestions.
Hit it up. My Instagram, good homie Gus. Follow
Aeon986.
Aeon986. His is really like a gamer tag. So bam, his is right there. Mine's right here. Or they're not. Good homie Gus. Aeon986. And this is a wrap on episode 1.
Many more to come.
Peace.